In today's video, we're checking out MaXpeedingRods all-new generator. This is 120 and 240 volt capable with a new sleek design that is lightweight and comes in camouflage and has a new integrated handle, which this makes it easy to move around, along with the new inset wheels that are ultra quiet and also do not vibrate while it's running. This new unit comes in at a price of $1,279, is 90 pounds ready to run with gas and oil, has a 2.9 gallon fuel tank, about 9.5 hour runtime at a 0.25% load or 6 hours of 50% load, but is not sold in California. After getting this out of the box, this is what you'll see as an oil funnel along with a small toolkit, a 15 amp plug, and then two 240 volt plugs that you will have to hardwire, your warranty information along with the manual that you really should read, and also a cover that they provided, which this at least helps keeps the dust off and kind of looks pretty nice. As we take a look at the faceplate of the generator, you'll see it has your carbon monoxide alarm and then also a failure of the carbon monoxide alarm. This will light up if there's a problem, and you have your oil indicator light along with your overload light, and then this is your running light, which will be green while the unit runs, and a new display meter, which we will go over that in just a little bit, along with the AC reset button, which we will also go over this later, and your AC breaker button, and below that we will have a 120 volt outlet, which this is a type that you will see in homes because it is a ground fault circuit indicator at 20 amps, and we do have an RV 30 amp plug, which this will be great for the travel trailers, but you will only get 20 amps out of that, and an L1430R plug, which this will allow you to get the full power out of the generator, which is going to be 20.8 amps out of each leg on this unit. You do have an eco switch. This will allow the unit to idle down under low loads, and a couple of USB ports, which one of them provides about 1 amp, and then the lower one will provide about 2.1 amps, and also the neutral is bonded to the frame on this unit. And they do have weather protection caps all over all of the circuitry on this, which is one thing I do like. I don't like it when units don't have caps on their plugs. This unit does come with an all-in-one dial, meaning that it's pretty simple to use. You just turn this dial all the way to the choke position, then you're going to hit the red start button, let it run for about 5 to 10 seconds, then put it into the run position. Once you're done using the unit, turn it to the off position, and this will shut the unit off. It does have a recessed pull cord, which is nice because it won't get caught on anything, finished with a chrome bezel, and also it does come with a quick start guide for those who don't like to read the manual. It does come with pretty little pictures, so you can just look at those, get the unit up and running real quick. You have an access door right here, which this will allow you to do all the servicing of your generator and also checking your oil levels, which we will do that in just a second. Up on top of the generator, you will see the fuel gauge, which this is the older style, but honestly, I think these last longer. They don't tend to have really any problems like the digital ones. And you do also have all your information on top of the generator as well. And again, this is only 20.8 amps per leg, so you want to make sure you're buying the right type of generator for your use. Now, one thing this generator does have is a large access plate up top. This actually allows you to change the spark plug without removing the whole faceplate on the generator. This is actually kind of nice because you don't need a whole lot of extra tools. You just need the spark plug wrench. You can change out the spark plug really quick, and away you go. So one addition I do like on this unit, they also gave you a lot of room to maintenance your flame arrestor, so another nice thing there. We'll pop the side cover off real quick so we can get the starter hooked up and take a quick look at the engine. Now, this is a new engine for MaXpeedingRods, and it is out of Chongqing, China, at a Guyu Technology, which is the place who manufactures this engine, and it is 223 cc's. Now, here is where you'll access your air cleaner. There is just one thumb screw down there. You just unscrew that, pop the box off, and this will allow you to service that. You do have your lithium-ion battery down here, which we do have to plug in one quick connector, which is just this little guy right here. This is actually super simple that I can actually do it with one hand, so I'll just kind of maneuver the plug real quick, and now voila, there it goes, plugged in, and now we're ready to go. We'll add some oil to this unit, and it takes 0.7 liters or about 23.5 ounces, but you do want to check the oil level first just to make sure there isn't any residual oil from the factory. So take a look at it, and you can see there is just a little on the dipstick. So I'm actually going to add 22.5 ounces, and I can always add a little bit later. And this is an excellent time to smash the like button if you guys like the video, and subscribe if you want to be part of the group, and ring the bell if you want to make sure you're notified when other videos come out. We will recheck the oil level just to make sure it's at least more than halfway up that dipstick, or at the bottom of the threads is always good. And now when adding fuel, 87 octane really is all you need, because you're not going to gain any performance by adding 92 or 93, whatever you have available. But if you are looking for a great gas can, these ones from SureCan are definitely really good. I've been using them for a while now, and I'm definitely happy with them. Now when filling up your generator, do not go over the little red mark. This will really prevent a lot of problems later when starting your generator. And also, make sure you're always adding some kind of a fuel additive, whether it's stabilizer or a fuel conditioner like this from Lucas. I've just always had good luck with that. So we'll go ahead and start this up. We're going to rotate the dial to the start position, and before just pressing the red button, it's not a bad idea to pull in the starter cord about 4 or 5 times for the first time starting up your generator. This will help circulate a little bit of oil into the engine, and also let the fuel drain from the fuel tank down into the carburetor float bowl, which should make for a real easy startup. And there we go, up and running. Now you will see a little bit of smoke. This is from either assembly grease or assembly oil, which should burn off in just a few seconds. And there it goes. And now we'll take a look at the faceplate and kind of go over that display. As we look at the display, you can see right now it's showing our voltage, and this will be the frequency. It's 60 Hertz, which this has a total harmonic distortion of less than 3%. And then as you look at this hour meter, this is going to be how much runtime during this session. And then if you press it again, this will be the overall hours that the generator has ran through its lifetime. And of course you can see that the green light is on the display, and we're going to go ahead and hit that eco button and let this idle down a little bit, and then we'll walk around the unit and I'll let you guys listen to it. Well, so far it sounds pretty good. We're going to go ahead and do a sound test just to see how it compares to others. Now, I've tested a lot of generators from this exact spot at 23 feet away, so I have a lot of data to accumulate from, and most of the generators, they run about 60 to 62 decibels, so we'll see what it looks like. And you can tell we're kind of right at that same area. This one's just a pinch higher than some of the other ones, but it still falls in line with kind of what we all think is pretty quiet, 60 to 62 at a low idle. But you also have to remember, this is on concrete. This is as loud as it's going to get. By adding grass, rocks, even debris of some sort, like, dirt and bushes as well, that'll help absorb the sound. So when other people are also testing these units, you have to see where are they doing their sound test from. Because even at 23 feet away, by adding grass, this will help absorb some of the sound. And so as you can see, now we're running about 57 decibels versus the 62 that we were running earlier. We'll go ahead and do a load test now utilizing my 50 amp RV trailer to see how well it does. And I'm going to have this hooked up to my Watchdog unit. This is basically a surge protector and emergency power shutoff, and they make these pre-wired or hardwired like this one. And this gives me a lot of data. Unlike my meter that I used to use in other videos, I found this would be about maybe 3% off sometimes, so it wasn't super accurate. I would rather have more accuracy. Like this unit here, it shows you all kinds of information on line 1 and line 2, and even shows you your accumulated energy that you use. And you can buy these for your trailers, whether they're 30 amp or 50 amp, and it's just a little bit more accurate, so we'll use this. Now the first thing you want to do is make sure that you don't have any loads on when you plug in your generator. I always have my converter off. This is what charges your batteries, but I utilize solar, so it's always charging my battery, so that pretty much remains off. Now what I'm going to do is turn on the electric water heater. This is going to draw almost 1500 watts. So we'll turn this on, I'll show you the meter and show you what it looks like. So go ahead and have a look on the right side, which is line 2, and we just want to make sure our voltage stays up. And you can see we're 120 volts, using about 12 amps, almost 1500 watts. Now we'll go turn on a couple more items like this 1500 watt heater. Now don't worry, it's not hot at all because it's been off and the temperature is about 42 out here, and this won't be on long enough to even get warm enough. So I'm going to turn this on, and this is going to be on line 1. You can see right now no power is on that particular leg. So we'll flip this on. Now as you take a look, on the left side, now we're drawing about 12 amps on this leg as well, and about 1475 watts. Now we're going to turn on another little heater, and don't worry, this doesn't live here. I strictly put this here for the test, but this is a little 350 watt heater. People seem to hate this thing, but it actually does really well. I still use it. This will draw just a little over 300 watts and about 3 amps, and it'll be on the left side on leg 1, and it will drop down to probably about 15.5 amps after it kind of gets normalized. We'll take a little peek at the generator, and so far it's doing good. We want to pay attention to our voltage, and it really hasn't dropped, as you can see on the generator itself and also on the app. But here's our accumulated runtime for this session and the total runtime so far. We'll turn on a few more items inside the trailer. We'll turn on the fridge now to the AC setting, and this will draw about probably 300 watts. And again, this will be on the left side on leg 1. And so you can see the power is going to start coming up now. We're about 15.5. And there we go, now the amperage is going up. So 17.3 and almost 2100 watts so far. And so now what we're going to do is go ahead and turn on a couple more items. And again, you only get 20.8 amps per leg. So now we'll turn on the microwave, and this draws about 1300 watts. I'm assuming this should put us over, and this will be on leg 2 on the right side. So now you can see it boosted up, and now we're over our amperage on line 2. So we're at 23.8 amps, and we should only be allowed 20.8. So I assume the generator will kick us off here in just a couple seconds, but the voltage so far looks great. So that's really what I'm paying attention to, is voltage drop. And there it goes, finally it shuts off, and now we're done. But when resetting your generator, this is something you should pay attention to. Now, do not just reset the generator and press that reset button. You need to make sure all of your loads are off and or disconnected at least. So I'm going to disconnect my plug, and then I'm going to go hit the reset button. And this will turn the generator back on, and now it's ready for use again. But you need to make sure all the loads in your trailer are off. This will help protect the inverter board from getting fried, and you should do this really with any of your generators. But overall, what do you guys think about the new MaXpeedingRods generator? Let me know in the comments down below, and check out this other video.